Xbox. Xbox is changing, and it's confusing everyone, according to The Verge. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Xbox again, and why gamers are mad. Special shout out to all our members who support the content that I do. If you want to help me make better content, help run, exclusive members only events, and just make this channel bigger and better, consider clicking join down below. If you don't want to, or you can, that's okay too. Hit the like, subscribe, click the bell icon, I'd really appreciate it. A special shout out to our friend Drews, who just became a member last night. Thank you, Drews. If you want to get your name in every video and live stream, click join down below and join the legends. Anyhow, let's go on to the news. So as you know, Xbox has undergone a significant shift in strategy, basically moving from a model where exclusives were a key selling point for their hardware, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and obviously the Xbox One, but things just went off the rails for them. PlayStation ended up putting out banger after banger in terms of exclusives, and people just stopped buying Xbox for the most part. Xbox sales have hit like all-time lows, but obviously they went from having exclusives, trying to fight this whole console war thing against PlayStation, to go into embracing a more inclusive Xbox Play Anywhere approach. So here's a rundown. So Xbox Play Anywhere, the initiative allows gamers to purchase a game once and play it on both Xbox and Windows PCs, and the cross-platform play ensures that the game progresses, achievements, and even multiplayer matches can be shared across devices, enhancing, player flexibility. Well, they've went one step further, than expanding it just to PC gamers. They're now expanding a lot of their exclusives to PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, diluting exclusivity as a whole, and just basically, making it very hard for consumers that have an Xbox to choose to buy an Xbox, or people that are interested in Xbox to want to buy an Xbox. Because if you can play a lot of Xbox exclusives on PlayStation 5, and you can't play the PlayStation 5 exclusives on an Xbox console, then why would you buy an Xbox in the first place, right? Now, a lot of gamers and Xbox fans appreciate the accessibility, seeing it as a move that benefits us all, allowing us to play games and play these titles on any system that we have. But it does feel like there's a sense of betrayal, right, and a little bit of disappointment, because obviously the console's identity, the Xbox 360 was my favorite console of all time. I feel like Xbox is just throwing it under the bus because it's not selling as much. Rather than invest time into making absolute killer exclusive games, instead of investing time in promoting Xbox, in touting its features, in doing cool new stuff with hardware, they've just taken a back seat and just been like, oh yeah, we're not selling as many Xboxes, well, let's just put all our exclusive games, the very things that are underpinning the Xbox console as a whole, let's just put them on the PS5 and make some quick money. That's what it feels like, and that's why a lot of Xbox gamers are betrayed. At least I feel a little bit betrayed. So Microsoft's gaming strategy continues to evolve, and it's all about going beyond the console. It's been 6 months since Microsoft's bizarre Xbox Business Update podcast, where the company first announced that the four exclusive console games were heading to PS5. In the months since, Xbox fans have feared that Microsoft is throwing in the towel on the brand and any sort of vibrant future for Xbox hardware. Although we have discussed in prior videos that Xbox might be working on a handheld, so don't be too disappointed, don't be too sad yet. Microsoft hasn't done too much to ease their concerns. After spending big on Activision Blizzard, it's now increasingly looking for gaming revenue opportunities that far beyond an Xbox console. It all started with that infamous Xbox podcast. Microsoft strangely didn't mention the 4 games that were coming to PS5 during the podcast, leaving an air of mystery and confusion until Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded were all confirmed less than a week later. And at that time, Phil Spencer said he was leaving it up to the individual studios to make the announcements. But then Xbox Studios head Matt Booty made the announcement in a blog post. And obviously since, they've expanded it now to the new Indiana Jones franchise of games, which looks super awesome. But where does it end? Are they going to be bringing Forza? Are they going to be bringing Halo, the new Gears of War to PlayStation? It just boggles the mind that they're doing this, right? I mean, I understand they need to make money. Microsoft have obviously funneled a crap ton of money into Xbox as a brand. They've trusted Xbox to make a lot of good decisions, and Xbox has kind of let us down time after time, right? Starfield was a little bit of a flop. Redfall was a little bit of a flop. Halo Infinite was a little bit of a flop. I mean, to the point that it had to get delayed a couple of years because the graphics looked really bad in the reveal trailer. And then not only that, they were like, yeah, we need to spend extra time and, you know, to work on Forge. So Forge never, even though the game was delayed like by a year or two, even when it did launch, Forge mode was nowhere to be seen. That ended up coming months and months later. And then how they bungled multiplayer. A lot of the maps felt the same, looked the same, and then this whole battle pass culture, this whole microtransaction sort of sign up for the battle pass to get extra skins and weapon skins. It just wasn't it. I know, I believe it's improved since then, but yeah, Halo Infinite was just a thumbs down for me as a fan of the franchise since Halo 1. But overall, PlayStation, I mean, Xbox fans are just a little bit bummed out, and I don't blame them, honestly, I really don't. So obviously, it obviously means that they're using a different strategy, right? Their strategy seems to pivot towards making Xbox a service rather than just a console, allowing their games on other platforms to potentially expanding their audience. At least that's the way they're probably looking at it, right? They've expanded to PC. Obviously, they're looking to expand more, make more money, and it could lead to more Game Pass subscribers if PlayStation let them run Game Pass, more game sales, and a broader ecosystem where Xbox is more about the games and services than hardware itself. And you could almost, you know, you could almost compare them to Sega in that respect, right? Look at the Sega Genesis. Sega used to be a juggernaut in the gaming industry, right? It used to compete with SNES. So, in fact, I would say that I actually prefer the Sega Genesis over the SNES back in the day, probably because I never had an SNES, I only had a Genesis. But overall, it's just a sad time for Xbox fans. Obviously, you know, those of us who grew up with the original Xbox, just seeing those little 3D buttons in the different colors, to the Xbox 360 with Xbox Live, being able to, you know, I spent a lot of my high school years coming home because my friends didn't live in the same town as me, logging on to Xbox Live and playing with friends on Xbox. You know, chainsawing Locust with the, you know, the Gnasher chainsaw, and the Gnasher, shooting them up with the shotgun, the Gnasher, and obviously chainsawing them in half with my assault rifle thing in Gears of War, and Halo 3 Forge mode, Zombies mode, all that sort of stuff, COD 4, the original Modern Warfare. Like, a lot of my most fun memories were on an Xbox console. I think Xbox really pushed the gaming industry forward and gave Sony something to compete against, right? And made Sony better in the long run, hasn't it? So yeah, it's just a sad time to see the console business of Xbox, the console part of the business, sort of fall to the wayside, and I really hope this isn't the end for the Xbox console. Fans are confused, I'm confused, I'm not even sure, I'm pretty sure Xbox is a little bit confused as well in terms of what's going on, because they're still pushing the Xbox hardware, they're still selling Xboxes, they're still releasing new Xboxes with new designs, different features and stuff like that, but they don't seem to be showing Xbox the love that it deserves, really. And I think that's all down to just a bunch of blunders on their end in terms of their developers. Maybe they've given their developers a little bit too much free time and free space to do what they want, because things just don't seem to be working out for them. As seen with Redfall, as seen with Starfield, never met the hype, never matched expectations. As seen with Halo Infinite, right? And what else are we going to see from Xbox? It just falls flat on its face. It's a little bit sad. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. It's a little bit of a rambly video. Sorry, I've gone back and forth. I just wanted to talk about Xbox again and, you know, talk about why they've maybe made the decision to switch to a services, games, publishing only sort of thing, business, instead of a console selling business, right? Anyways, that's it. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for supporting. I'm Blaze2K. Thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for liking, subscribing, clicking the bell icon. If you want to join, click join. But yeah, just wanted to give a rambly video, complain about Xbox's decisions yet again, and I'll see you in the next one. Anyways, guys, peace out. Blaze. Bye.